because the Lord is in this company, girls. It is here.
Hey everyone, it's me, Turd Girl 1, and I am back with another video. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. If you're not new here, thanks for being one of my 45 subscribers. For today's video, we are just going to do a good old-fashioned reaction video. I don't know if you noticed, but I just sit in front of the camera and I just start and I don't think about anything and I don't plan anything, and I need to get better at that. Maybe next time. So let's get started.
Oh, hey. Just kidding. I've always wanted to do that though.
We've seen this hun before. She is from my cringe reel video. She is the one who put on a very long, healthy wig and was kind of like, you can get all this if you join Monat. This is a part 1 for her of reasons why Monat isn't as bad as everyone thinks. Essentially, I can't remember what she named this video. She hasn't uploaded a part 2 yet. I just found this one the other day, so let's get into it.
I am here to talk about, is Monat a scam? I think the biggest reason actually that people just think this right off the bat is our business model, right? Like, we're operating under a direct sales business model. And I kind of feel like if our products were operating under like a normal business model and, you could just get them on the shelf, then like nobody would even pay attention to like what our business model is.
That is our biggest criticism, the model. You have 500,000 girls doing exactly the same thing, but they're all making different amounts of money, not because of effort put into it, not because of time spent, but because of the structure. And because of the structure, certain people are naturally going to make more money. And they're doing it off the backs of the people underneath them. So yes, if it was a regular business model that didn't recruit people and had different departments to accomplish different tasks where people are paid according to their job description and skills, absolutely, we wouldn't be paying attention to it.
But because it is what it is, it's like, yeah, I get it. I didn't have a lot of solidified opinions about MLMs before I joined Monat, but definitely in my first few months, actually, when people found out I joined, I got so many DMs like telling me about the dangers of MLMs. So like after I started, I looked into it and I literally had this freak out where I was just like, oh my gosh, did I just join one of these companies that's gonna like screw me over? Like what? Here's the thing. I think people kind of equivalent like MLM to, I didn't want to use the word pyramid scheme in this video, but honestly, I don't know if I can like go without it. But like, I think people equivalent those to the same thing because there's a similarity in like the fact that you're reaching out to like people that you know for your business, right? But if you think about it this way, okay, somebody starting a small business, like that person would reach out to their friends and family for support and nobody would think that was weird.
Monat is not a small business. You're right. No one would think that that is weird because you're reaching out to people, your friends and family, for their support. You're saying, hey, I'm starting this new business. If you need any of these like XYZ services that I'm now offering, if you need any of these XYZ products that I'm making or selling, then yes, like that's normal. But this argument fails for so many reasons. One, Monat is not a small business. I mean, I don't have to tell you all that. You know that. We know that. We say it. We sit here all day and we tell people MLMs are not small businesses. The second thing is that our criticism is not that you reach out to your friends and family to ask them for support and buying your MLM products, which I mean, yes, that is some of the criticism. The criticism is coming from the recruitment. And it is very strange that someone with a small business would recruit and have people do the exact same thing as them. We've seen MLM huns recruit by saying, you can just come in and get the discount. You don't have to sell. You don't have to recruit. But suddenly that pressure does come.
And I'm just going to say it, like, if you're supporting somebody that is, you know, that works in direct sales, like, you're supporting somebody's small business. Like, that is what it is.
That is not what it is. When you support someone who is selling MLM products, you are supporting the structure of that business model. It's like starting a McDonald's franchise. McDonald's or Subway will call it opening up your own small business, but it costs a lot of money to do this. And it's also just contributing to this capitalistic society where opening up a McDonald's and Subway is going to be more profitable than starting your own local small owned burger joint called your last name's burger joint, right? No one walks past a McDonald's franchise business and thinks this is a small local business. Direct sales is exactly the same. No one thinks of Avon or Mary Kay as being small businesses.
I mean, we get taxed like we're a small business, like it is a small business.
While some people may put their Monat business under an LLC, you're really being taxed as a 1099 employee, which is an independent contractor.
Maybe like a misconception about MLMs is that maybe another way that it would be similar to like a pyramid scheme is the goal is to like work and recruit, and then eventually you're just going to get to coast off like the labor of others, off the backs of what other people under you were doing. Without getting too deeply into it, like the way our compensation plan works, that is impossible. It is absolutely impossible. There is no way to continue making money working for our company unless you continue to work. And like I said, I won't go into all the details.
No, please go into the details. Tell us how that's not a possibility. You get commissions off group volume, which includes those in your downline. If you don't want to admit to yourself that someone is doing nothing off your own back, that's fine. Live in denial, but don't lie about it to your audience.
Once I had gotten all these DMs like, oh my gosh, you joined this MLM, it's terrible. I started looking into my own company and I was like, okay, well, I need to see if there's any truth to this. And I was so thankful to find out that there wasn't any truth to it. Not only can I not, work my way up and sign people up and then all of a sudden I don't have to do any work and I'm just making money while other people are working. Not only can I not do that, but nobody else can do that to me.
There are a few people making $1 million or more a year off of Monat. Very few, but they do exist. My friend, they are not doing that off sales.
We do not get paid to sign people up. We get paid commissions and we get paid bonuses off those commissions. And our company has like perks for us if we earn them, like trips and Cadillacs and events, fun stuff like that.
The time you spent signing someone else up, you're right, you don't get paid for that because you don't get paid hourly. You don't get paid to sit here and lie to us that you don't make money off recruiting. Let's look at what some of those bonuses are. You literally have a group volume bonus. You have rank advancement bonus. In order to rank up, you have to recruit. Block bonus. Build a block and earn 150 USD. What's a block, you ask? A block is comprised of 4 VIP customers and 1 personally sponsored MP. My neighborhood bonus? My neighborhood just sounds like nails on the chalkboard. When you successfully complete 3 blocks, as a reminder, that does include recruited market partners, within your smart period, you will have built what we call a Mon neighborhood. You'll earn a $500 bonus. You will have enrolled at least 12 VIP customers and 3 market partners with a product pack. Don't sit there and tell us that you don't make money off recruiting. Someone made money off of recruiting you into their Mon neighborhood.
I don't get paid if I get somebody to sign up and, work with me. That's not how it works. And I think that is probably like the biggest misconception is, thinking that we're just all out here, like, I guess just, making our money off the backs of others. And it's just not possible. It doesn't work that way. I hate to say it, but some MLMs kind of do work that way. I'm just saying ours doesn't. I really just wanted to have a kind of honest conversation with you guys about this. But okay, so some of you have been watching me do this for a year and a half. I've been doing this for a year and a half. So my question to you is do you really think I'm trying to scam you? Really? Do you really think I'm trying to scam you? Do you really think that I would still be talking about the products that I use if they weren't effective? And do you really think I would still be talking about the opportunity?
Is that a rhetorical question, or do you really want us to answer that? Because like I just said, we know you make money off of recruiting. I think that's rhetorical, right? That's a rhetorical question.
You know, I guess because that's just like the scariest thing to me, is that somebody's been following me, watching me do this for a year and a half, and they have it in their heads somehow that like I'm trying to scam them. But then I'm like, why wouldn't you just unfollow me if you really genuinely think that? So I would venture to guess that like if you do still follow me, you probably don't actually think I'm trying to scam you. And I promise you, why would I want to do that? Like, why would I ever want to scam somebody?
I'm going to stop that one there because she doesn't really say anything else. She's missing her own hypocrisy here. She's saying that it is impossible to make money off of recruiting people, that it is impossible to see any more success than anyone else by recruiting. She also says she doesn't believe that someone is benefiting from having her in the downline, and yet she continues to sit on Instagram and tries to recruit people into her business. So if she doesn't believe there is any benefit to recruiting, then why is she recruiting? Why is she sitting there trying to convince us that what she's doing is not a scam? Look, all I'm saying is that someone here is lying, and it's probably the person who put on this wig and told us the reason her hair is so long and healthy is because of Monat. I have an account where I usually save all of these posts. It's very obvious on my fake account that I'm just trolling MLM huns. Sometimes when I go into save videos, I accidentally like them, and a couple of times it has got me blocked. This is one of those times. Sorry, hun, you're still included in this video. This video just has copyrighted music, but it says only people with large followings are successful in MLMs. I always find it weird that this is an argument they constantly bring up, or it's an excuse that they say they get from people. They probably get a lot of people that say things like, I'm not very active on social media, or I don't feel comfortable constantly talking about the business or products on social media, but I don't think they ever contribute it to a following. Also in this video, she is sitting in her Cadillac, spinning around her Cadillac keys. So she's trying to say only people with large followings are successful in MLMs, but here I am, I'm in my Cadillac, holding the keys to my Cadillac. And she also has a screenshot of her followers, which she only has 986 followers. Her caption reads, if you think this way, get it out of your head. It's one of the biggest limiting beliefs you can have when starting an online business. I personally started this business with 300 followers, earned my first paid for trip out of the country 2 months later, earned my paid for car 6 months later, and was making a full-time income from my phone 7 months into this business. If I can do it with less than 1,000 followers, so can you. The way that she swings around her Cadillac keys like this Cadillac means I'm successful is such hypocrisy, because we hear these Monat huns talk about how you don't have to be at the top rank to earn your Cadillac. In order to qualify for the Cadillac, you have to be a market mentor for at least 3 months. Even if you look at the income, it's not exactly a sign for success. If we look at market mentor on the income disclosure, we can see that their average annual income is $38,000. This will not deduct any taxes that they have to pay at the end of the year. This also won't deduct any of their personal volume, so products that they purchased on their own. $38,000 would be incredibly difficult to live off if you lived where this hun lives. So to me, it's a little bit hypocritical to say, look at me, I have a Cadillac. That means I am successful in this business. But at the same time, she's only a market mentor rank, which is something they brag about, not having to be the top rank or the most successful in order to qualify for a Cadillac. I think that success is very subjective, but the flinging of the luxury item, her Cadillac, is a very materialistic way to define success, and that's what she's doing. I also think people need to be asking why you have to take the Cadillac. So people can qualify for the Cadillac, which Monat will give them a monthly stipend to pay their car payment and will help them make that down payment for that Cadillac. But if you choose not to take the Cadillac, you don't get anything. You don't get monthly bonuses or anything like that. The Cadillac is not a symbol of success. It's a symbol that you're being trapped, that they're trying to make it so you absolutely cannot leave. Because if you do, you are stuck with those Cadillac payments. I do have some more from this hun in this next one. She has some more copyrighted music, but she also has 3 facts about direct sales. I'm just going to pause it as the facts go. So the first one is that direct sales is one of the oldest and profitable business models. I can't find anything to back that up. I would assume if it's true, it's probably not in regards to those who hold independent contractor positions with those MLMs. It's probably speaking to those who are founding these companies, like the actual CEOs of these companies. It would be very profitable to not have to pay people to sell your stuff, to just give them a small commission in lieu of hourly and benefits and having to pay a huge marketing team. 82% of women in the USA making 6 figures a year are in this industry. That is not true. I already made a video on this. In fact, I'll play that clip.
Now, the DSA is going to say that 18.6 million people are involved in direct selling in the United States. We want to figure out what percentage of them are women. So we're going to go ahead and look at this statistic from the DSA. So we're going to take 18.6 million. We're going to multiply it by 0.735, which is 73.5%. And we're going to get about 13.6 million. So in the study done by AARP, we have about 24.7% of people saying that they made a profit. We know that that's super generous. The FTC will say 99% of people will lose money. We're going to take that 13.6 million that represents the amount of women that are involved in direct selling, and we're going to multiply that by 0.2. So when we look at that, 3.4 million about are making a profit at all. And now we're going to look at those who are making over 100,000. That's going to be roughly 20%. It is slightly less, but I am being generous. We're going to get that 675,000 women are making 6 figures within an MLM. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the US Census. When we look under female and then we go to those who are making 6 figures or more, it's going to be about 5.4 million women. After I do that, we have 12% of women who make 6 figures or more are involved in direct selling.
In that video, I used very generous statistics that would only benefit those that are in MLMs to support this statistic. And even at the end, I only got 12.4%. If you want to watch that whole video, I'll go ahead and link it below so you can go ahead and watch it. I did kind of shorten it up and cut it up for this portion of the video. That statistic has been passed around so much. I'm just always curious about where it came from. Someone in my comment section did say that they believed the original statistic was something along the lines of 82% of people in MLMs who make over 100K annually are women. That would make sense to me just because of the nature of MLMs and who they tend to target. So the last statistic she's going to throw up there is the network marketing industry is valued at almost 200 billion. Now, the source for this statistic is really just this MLM mastermind event. I really haven't been able to find the study or statistic that they did to get this number. I don't 100% understand the point of even bringing out the worth or the amount of revenue that these direct sellers even bring in. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't take into the account how many of this is personal volume or personal, purchases from those who are sellers. They don't get product for free. They are obligated to purchase these products. I'm just bringing up the DSA statistics again. I think I brought this up a couple videos back, but you can see that in the United States, where revenue brought in by direct selling is 40.1 billion, but there's 7.7 sellers. That means that the average that these sellers are bringing in is $5,208. That is not earnings. That's not commission. That is how much they are selling. So they're only going to get a percentage of that. So this is another hun. She's got some more copyrighted music. We don't even have to play it. Let's just read it. So some of the negative comments she receives from Bean and Monat include, it's a scam. She's left on red or ghosted, which for the record, ghosted implies that there was a conversation happening to begin with. If you're just sending cold messages that are copy and pasted, there's no conversation there. You weren't ghosted. They just don't care, okay? It'll make your hair fall out. Be careful, okay? Someone telling you to be careful is someone that cares about your well-being. I don't think it really fits in this list. The trips aren't real. Got tons of no's. Friends and family don't support me. Your friends and family who aren't supporting you are probably the same people who are telling you to be careful. So now she's going to brag about everything that this has done for her, which includes quitting her job, upgrading her car, earning her trip to Punta Cana, earning her second trip to Vegas. And this last one, she says, I'm in the top 3% of the #1 fastest growing hair care company in the world. We know it's not. That's just something that they say as they play telephone with one another. She says that she's the top 3%, and that's her way of bragging. Let's look at what that top 3% would look like. So where would she be? I brought up the calculator just so we could do this together. We're just gonna basically calculate until we get 3%. So I'm gonna start at the percent of Monat huns that are in senior executive level, and I'm just gonna go, work backwards from there. Okay, so basically where we landed is that she would have to be an associate market builder. If we look at the incomes from that, we have our average annual income from associate market builder as being $4,000, not exactly a livable annual income. Even if we looked at the high annual gross earnings, which will be the first number, associate market builder is $26,000. In honor of the Boo recall, I thought one of the last videos I would share is going to be a Boo hun just telling us about pregnancy and really just educating women on what they need to help with their fertility and a pregnancy in general. So let's get this lesson from this Boo hun.
Black oxygen organics, the fulvic humic acid on pregnancy, breastfeeding, and then children. I'm going to start with pregnancy. Pregnant women.
Yes, that's a man that's going to tell us women how to handle our pregnancy and how to get the proper supplements and nutrients for a pregnancy.
Pregnant women, as they give birth to children, mom has to donate and be the mineral donor for every child that she grows, because that's where all the minerals have to come from. The problem is that our soils are completely mineral deficient. So that usually means mom is going to be mineral deficient and baby's going to be mineral deficient.
I don't know where to begin. The fact that this man has never been pregnant in his life, that he has never carried a child. There can be a vitamin deficiency in women who are pregnant. And that is why oftentimes doctors, people with PhDs recommend prenatal vitamins. We can also get these vitamins and nutrients from the food that we eat. It doesn't have to come from our soil. And I don't know who this man is. I don't know if he actually works for Boo, like at a corporate level, or if he is just like an actual Boo hun. This video was re-uploaded to another Boo hun's Instagram.
The first child, mom usually has enough mineral supplies that she can make it through the pregnancy. Baby will be fine, mom will be fine, everything's good to go. By the second one, however, moms kind of usually at this point run out of minerals to donate to the baby, which ends up then it can cause a whole bunch of different issues, because the kid's teeth are formed inside the mother while it's still in there, and then the teeth come out. So if you're mineral deficient, this affects your children's baby teeth.
I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I can make it through this whole video without wanting to resort to violence. The extremities that he is speaking on of, not having enough nutrients or vitamins to support a pregnancy, these are issues that occur in extreme poverty and in third world and developing nations where they don't have access to proper food and clean water and clean atmosphere in order to help with their pregnancy. 10% of women in the United States struggle to get pregnant. And it is so offensive to sit there and say, you gotta take the right minerals and you'll be fine. And to speak as if like minerals deplete over time, as if we are not able to change our diet to get the minerals that we need, that once we have one child, we're suddenly without minerals is so, who believes this garbage? Who is sitting there believing this garbage?
So a lot of women will talk about, how do I support my child? There's teeth, they get a good diet, they brush, whatever, they're still getting cavities. Has to do with the gut health, and mineral deficiency is a huge one.
Unless you're a dentist, please shut up. This is a perfect example of someone who just spews garbage without citing everything, without having a PhD, without being a doctor, a dentist, without understanding women's health at all. And he just sits there with his stupid little crystal rocks behind him as if he has any authority whatsoever to speak on this matter.
By the second child, usually mom has kind of run out of minerals to give to the baby. So both mom and the baby end up being mineral deficient. What this does for mom especially is it slashes her energy levels because we need these minerals basically for the body to function, for the adrenals to reset. The more stress that you are under, the more minerals you need because you need to have these minerals to recycle the adrenals. When the adrenals go, the thyroid goes as well. So also because of the stress levels, this is just something that works very well to reset the HPA axis. So just pregnancy and I put a couple of studies in here that fulvic humic acid actually wards off EMF and radiation damage with babies. They did studies on rats basically showing if you took fulvic humic acid during pregnancy, it would increase the litter size and the weight of each one of the babies. So for those of you that don't want, once you're already pregnant, it's too late, but it does increase sperm motility and it also is an ovarian protector as well. I dropped some of those in the group. But so during pregnancy, this ensures mom gets an adequate mineral supply and protects you from EMF radiation and radiation in general and the baby as well.
This guy is such a dick. He's speaking on MF exposure and how it would affect the child's growth. What he is banking on is that he's sitting there and he is speaking on very elevated topics and that women who are watching are just going to be like, oh my gosh, that is so scary. I need this fulvic acid boost supplement, etc. I obviously can't sit here and pull a bunch of studies about magnetic fields and radiation and what it does during a pregnancy. I am not even qualified to necessarily speak on the results of them and really understand the conclusion of all of it. He is using this fear-mongering tactic to scare women into taking this supplement. I cannot speak on everything and really even understand what he's saying because a lot of it is facts that he's kind of overlapping and almost making it incoherent. I quickly pulled this study. This study subjected pregnant women in their third trimester to MF exposure. Some had higher levels of MF exposure than the other, and the conclusion was that the prenatal exposure to ELF MF levels was associated with decreased fetal growth in girls, but not boys. There's a couple of things that we should bring up when it comes to this study. One is that the exposure to MF had to be done, which means that we are not exposed to such a significant level in our everyday lives that we have to be worried about it. The other thing to point out is that even those that were exposed to higher levels of MF were still able to hold and birth a viable pregnancy. It didn't actually affect the overall health of the child, simply the growth. This man is simply trying to scare women about a topic he has never had to be involved in at all.
And it's also an ovarian protector, so anybody that's trying to, make sure they get pregnant and everything, if you're having problems conceiving, if you're really mineral deficient, mom's not going to be able to conceive because she doesn't have the ability to carry this child to term and give up the minerals to it.
I don't think that I can watch a man blame a woman for not being able to give birth and blame it on the fact that she's simply not getting enough nutrients or minerals. When I was 21, I was diagnosed with PCOS. One of the things that the doctor told me was that I would have a difficult time getting pregnant should I want to get pregnant. If you're familiar with PCOS, then you know it is something that plagues so many women, and it is often an obstacle for getting pregnant, and that these women with PCOS or other issues with infertility will struggle endlessly and they will try everything. So again, to listen to a man have all the solutions is just, it's nauseating, and I don't think I can listen to this anymore.
What just happened? What just happened? I was on a call with 177 other babes, okay? 177 other babes with the CEO.
I thought you were the CEO.
I cried through half of it because I can't force you to sign up. I can't. I can't tell you that, yes, of course, Limelife's different. It's freaking amazing. It's changed my life. But what I can tell you is that the best thing I ever did was join this company. The best thing I ever did was join a team of women that gave a shit. And I don't swear on here, but they care. The best thing I ever did was share a mascara I loved and make one sale and show myself that I could make an own income. The best thing I ever did was unite with other women and realize that we can do this together.
And the academy goes to...
And I can't force you to sign up, but I can tell you that it's the best thing I ever did. I'm telling you it's good. I'm telling you that it is different. I'm telling you that it's led in integrity and transparency. I'm telling you that the CEO got on with us and will give us warehouse updates while they're in the middle of a COVID-19 pandemic in New Jersey and New York.
She's trying to get some sort of emotional reaction out of us by making us see how happy she is, and then we want to do it, and blah, 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 blah.
I'm telling you that you don't need to know how to do a smoky eye to be a beauty guide. You need to know that the skincare you're selling these babes is changing their lives because it's the best ingredients money can buy. And that the reason that they can buy it so affordable is because we don't have to pay for brick and mortars and we don't have to pay for advertising, boo-boo.
Your products are actually more expensive than what you would typically pay. A $48 oil cleanser is not affordable. The price is inflated because it's in an MLM structure, because you have to pay out several people for the purchase of one marula oil cleanser.
We got beauty guides who are getting millions of dollars of commissions a month.
Literally what? This is only the average monthly rank, but because the average is so, when I say low, I just mean so far away from $1 million, the chances of there even being someone that makes $1 million a month would be very rare. I would doubt that there's one person making that much.
What I'm telling you is that the best thing I ever did for myself and my family was join this company, because it is the most empowering thing when I realize the fact that I can provide for my family and take that financial burden off the back burner. That it is not going, it doesn't have to be hard. I don't have to struggle. That I don't have to have this idea that women don't want to be my friend. Women want to be my friend. I want to be people's friends. But I want to be right there with the women who want to lift up other women. I want to be with the babes who want to lift up other babes. That's what I want. That is what our team is built up of.
Is this coming off as disingenuous to anyone else?
Because the Lord is in this company, girls. It is here.
She's like really just preying on every possible vulnerable woman she can. And I say women because she's specifically speaking to women. She's trying to prey on the lonely, and now here she is preying on those who pray.
It has been the most amazing thing I ever did. I share things on my stories all the time. I take a picture of my Starbucks and I share it, but now I get paid for it.
Starbucks does not pay you to talk about their drink.
And now I'm at home and I'm talking to women every single day of how they're changing the financial state of their families through this opportunity. And all I look back is the fact that some of my best friends in the entire world came from a $99 or $169 kit. The best financial state of my entire family came from a $169 kit.
This girl is good. She is undeniably good at this whole manipulation thing. She is great. Do you understand like what she's saying? She's essentially comparing something that you can't possibly put a price on. Friendship and community and best friends and memories. She is taking that and she's comparing it to something with a price. I got all of this for only $100?
It's been in your mind. You've been hearing it over and over. You see my post, you see my team's post, you're like, what's going on? And then the fear creeps in. But that fear is why we're still where we are right now. The fear is why I didn't take the leap for 3 years. The fear is why I stood in this lane and I was like, no, thank you. But then I let the fear go and I stood in the truth of, I want to feel financially empowered within myself.
They have used the word fear as a blanket term for very real issues that can come from joining an MLM. Those real things that stop people from joining an MLM, which include not having the money to begin with, and then joining and going into debt, and then losing friends and family because you think they don't support your quote unquote small business. It comes from the very real statistics that prove people 99% of the time will lose money in an MLM. They just throw that blanket term fear because it's a little bit more ambiguous. We associate fear with something that we can overcome. People have a fear of flying, and then maybe they get on the plane, and then they land, and suddenly they're like, wow, I really conquered that fear. That wasn't as bad. I felt safe. That's a fear. Going into debt and losing friends and family, those obstacles aren't something that you can just necessarily come back from. Takes a lot to regain that relationship and to get out of debt.
We got your support. We got you. We are ready to kill this with you. But I need you to realize that if you have been burned by other companies, it's because you've never been with this one. And if you are sitting here right now and it keeps coming up and you're like, what? Why not? I'm not blowing smoke. It's different. It's different in its bones. And I'm telling you because I've been here for 8 months and I'm not leaving for the next 75 years. I will die with a Limelife brush in my hand. But guys, I am here for you. But what if you just posted 3 times a week and you could have grocery money that didn't touch the other bills? What if you could do this in such an authentic way that the word spammy was never talked about? That you could be a part of a company that's the Saks Fifth Avenue of MLM. That is a part of a team that is so magical that we bring Olaf suits to the daily. That our upline knows who you are, whether you are a top seller or if you just started. You are seen, you are valued, you are appreciated. That is what you get when you join this. When I'm telling you I want you on this team, I do not want you because my paycheck goes up. I don't want you because I don't get commission off your kit, babe. Why I want you on this team is I want you to feel the magic of this team. I want you to feel what it feels like to sell one mascara in a month and realize that you just paid for your coffee. I want you to feel that empowerment of, oh my gosh, I am contributing to my family. That is what happens. That is why I want you on this team. I want you to feel the switch, the change, the difference in Limelife. I want you to feel the magic of the team, the magic of me as an upline who is going to fight for you and fight for this team and fight for your empowerment and have all of us level up together. That is what I want. That is what I'm fighting for. I am fighting for the best version of yourself that's going to show up in 3 years with her toes in the sand because she is here and she has slayed. And she has leveled up, like Sierra says. Okay? Like we leveling up. Ooh.
Please stop. I have a screenshot of this Hun's rank and what she's making. With her rank, she earns 15% off of everything she sells, as well as 15% off her total group sales. So from her own sales, she's only made $367 this month. However, the people that she has recruited have made her $3,759. This is why it is so important for her to recruit. If she had no one underneath her, she would have $367 to her name this month. These tiers are basically just a siren song. Okay, it's Turd Girl 1 and I am editing, and as you can tell, I muted my microphone. Though I probably just wrapped up the last video and let you know that I have more of her coming because she has a lot of very dramatic videos like this. I also probably said something like, thank you for watching. If you liked my videos, subscribe. Until next time, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, thanks for watching and hopefully I will not mess up next time. Thank you.